All right, all right. Welcome back, Nikki, my co-magician for this series of discovering your magic through the metaphysical tools. I absolutely love our sessions. I'm learning so much about these tools and also about myself through these tools and your beautiful explanation. Today, we are going to introduce the tool of tarot cards. Tarot
Mm,
reading cards.
yes,
Anyway, you're
yes.
going to say it correctly. So how to use it and why they can be so beneficial on our path.
Mm-hmm.
And this is basically, yeah, introduction today. And then we'll do another episode on how we're using it. And also Nikki will, pull some cards for us that
Mm-hmm.
day.
Love it.
Welcome, Nikki. How are you?
I am fantastic. I'm happy to be here. So tarot, that really as a tool is my first love. I found my first tarot card deck when I was 23. I had just started out my career and I was feeling a little lost and in need of direction. And what drew me to tarot was the beauty of the cards, the mystery of it, and how it enabled us to connect to the universal energy around us as well as our subconscious. So most people think of tarot and they think of these little shops downtown with neon signs, and it's going to tell me my future. And of course, there is a componentry to tarot that can indeed tell you the path you're on and what you can expect. Now, the magic in tarot for me is understanding the karmic cycles of energy that you have created. But once again, we have free will, we have the ability to choose our destiny. So there is a magic in the cards where you can understand subconsciously what's going on, the karmic cycles that you are creating, but you always have the capability to make a different decision. So within the tarot, I wanted to help people understand just what it is to demystify it. The tarot is composed of 78 cards. We have cards that go from 0 to 21, and that is called the Major Arcana, which is the Fool's Journey. So we start out with the Fool in tarot, and we go towards the realization of whatever path we are on and the culmination of it, and we end with the World card. So when I am, as a reader, reading your cards, I am looking at where are you in the journey of the Fool in your destiny's path. So what people will usually do is they'll come to me, and a lot of people don't know exactly what they want to talk about. So we'll pull the cards and the cards will tell us, here's where we need to focus. And then we'll get very specific in asking the tarot, okay, now how do we need to go positively forward? But when I see these major arcana cards come up for people, I can understand where they are in their process. I can understand what obstacles they are facing and what energy they need to lean into. So in these first cards, these are the major themes of our life. These are the major things we need to be aware of karmically that are either helping us or hindering us. So that's only about a fourth of the deck of the cards. Then in tarot, we have 4 suits. So we're all very used to playing with a deck of cards and it has 4 suits. That's just like the tarot. It actually started out as a game with 4 suits. So with tarot, we are looking at the 4 elements of life. So the Fool is working with the 4 elements of life, and that is fire, our spirit and creativity. That is water, our emotions and our relationships. That is swords, our mental and our intellectual capabilities, and pentacles, which is the earth element. So in previous episodes, we have talked about astrology, and astrology links to these 4 elements as well. So they beautifully coalesce as a system of understanding, where tarot is different, as tarot allows us to tap in as an individual and understand at this moment, where is my energy? What is the obstacle? what is my action to go forward in this particular situation? So as a tarot reader, there's really two ways of approaching a reading. One is here's your general life, here's where you stand, here's where you're going, and let's just get a nice check-in to the current environment. I actually don't use that reading as much. I like to get very specific into, you know, where you're at, where you're challenged, where you're feeling compelled to take action, but for some reason you're stuck. So let's look at this individual circumstance and understand what energy you're bringing to it. What obstacles are present, what you're not aware of, and what action you need to take. And then through seeing where you are in the fool's journey and what elements you need to activate, we are able to create an action plan for you to go forward in a stronger, more focused methodology. So the tarot, it is very magical and it is very insightful to help you understand where you're going and what the karmic patterns are. But just like astrology, we always have free will. So I personally like to use it for decision making. Do I decide this or do I decide that? And what are the things I am unaware of in this particular circumstance that I need to prepare for? So it's a decision-making tool, it is a preparation-making tool, as well as understanding your karmic cycles and energies. So that is a little mini introduction to tarot. But what I really want to help people understand is do not just use it as a tool to tell you your future and to be definitive, and this is how we are going forward, because then you take your power away. Just like astrology, there are certain fates, there are certain energies, but we are co-creators in this universe. We came here to create things, and these tools are helping us understand what's tripping us up in our creation and how do we go forward in a better way. So tarot is really beautiful in that as the practitioner, I can guide you through a great reading, but as you understand tarot, you can pull a card a day and understand, where am I energetically? Where do I really need to kind of bolster my energy? And what do I need to act upon that I may have been unaware of if I hadn't consulted the cards? So all that being said, Jules, does this bring any aha moments to you where you're like, oh, I never thought about tarot in that way?
Mhm. Yes, what was coming up to me is a tool to rediscover, reconnect to your intuition,
Mm-hmm.
because I, especially past version of myself and most of my clients now, we are very conditioned to live in the mind and out of
Mm-hmm.
the body. And of course, the intuition lives in the body. And getting there from being that mind oriented, logic oriented into the body, that few first moments is kind of scary, is kind of uncomfortable. And we are very good at avoiding it because it's uncomfortable. And I almost feel like it's kind of like this adult playground tools
Yes.
that
Yes.
you can start. It's still, there is that distance between you and the body and you trusting your body signal, and then
Mm-hmm.
just kind of use this tool. It looks fun, it looks interesting, it kind of gives you some cues and you start like interpreting them. And I think just by doing that, like the tarot card is almost like a bridge from the mind to the body that
Mm.
helps you connect with something like beyond that logic,
Yes.
something
Yes.
metaphysical, something like interesting, something that you think and feel it exists, but you
Yes.
haven't quite tapped into that energy yet. So that's why, as you were talking about it, I almost like pretending I'm a kid and I'm just playing with all these cards and picking it
Yes.
out and figuring out, and it's like
Yes.
connecting. And then,
Absolutely.
yeah, like I always tell people, okay, now we're gonna do an evidence journal. And that's where I would be bringing like, okay, now let's create an evidence journal and see how like this card helped you connect to something within you, discovered something that, like you said, you weren't even aware about. And
Mhm.
then for the evidence collection, going to start building trust. It's
Yes.
that, oh, okay, I really have something within myself. There's this whole system that I'm
Yeah.
not tapping into. And that's what I feel like my genius coaching is. I'm really good at embodiment. I know a lot of tools. I'm not the best and expert, but we're all learning.
Mhm.
And that's what I always try to help my clients do. Okay, how does it feel in your body? What's going on? So I'm trying to teach them. That's why
Yes.
like sending them the cards would be the next step. Okay, now let's play.
Exactly. Exactly. And you
Yes.
made such a great connection between the mind and the body because when we have the cards in front of us, you really, I feel like I just experienced muscle testing where your body's telling you, you know, what nutrients you need and all that good stuff. It was a nutritional analysis. And muscle testing is so similar to tarot because you actually are feeling the energy of the cards and you're looking at them. And it's like your subconscious mind knows which ones to pick to give you the message. It's your subconscious mind, but it's your body that's interacting with the physicality of the cards. So if you believe in muscle testing, if you believe in these kind of your body knows what the truth is, that's the same thing as tarot cards. Your body knows where to guide you. Your body has this sixth sense, this intuition, this understanding, and the tools are just, I mean, the cards are just a tool. They're
Yeah.
just a tool of that communion and that connection to your body, which is also a part of the universe and the elements. So you are connecting to that universal knowledge as well as your body. So, what a beautiful tool we have because what I especially love as an artist. Oh, there's so many decks out there that are so beautiful and they evoke so much emotion and their colors and their art is
Yeah.
delicious to have fun with.
Yes, and I think what's coming up right now is that when we also live in our mind and in the logic, which I believe Einstein said, logic takes us from A to B, and essentially there is no room for magic.
Mm-hmm.
Creativity takes us everywhere, and that's when the magic can potentially show up and appear. But if we always live in our mind and don't even let ourselves use these tools and play with them, we're already blocking that magic because creativity is magic. And we're
Mm-hmm.
all creative here, just like you said before in the previous episodes, we're here to co-create. And logic is not enough
Mm-hmm.
for co-creating. It's a
Yes.
beautiful tool, but how far we are on that side. And it's kind of like, you're training your bicep on the right arm, and this bicep is huge and very developed, and the left side is like, ooh. And
Yes.
that's why it's just that calibrating to your
Mm-hmm.
flow. And also, many people don't even know about the existence of tarot card or
Yeah.
this physical tools because, again, it doesn't fit their logic.
Mm-hmm.
They don't understand that. But as they start exploring and understanding and also being open to receive the magic and the
Mm-hmm.
miracles, then it's like this other quantum world, basically quantum field that exists. We know through neuroscience, and this is where the magic lives.
Yes.
We need to loosen up the grip. We need
Mm-hmm.
to learn to surrender. We need to learn to come to the body. We need to connect.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, just like you said, looking even at those cards, and they're so creative.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if you really start practicing the muscle of tuning in, embodying, again, you can use these cards to spark the creativity that's been shut down by logic. So, and it feels like I know I experienced that, and a lot of clients that I work with, they experience that like they're just not alive,
Yeah.
not vibrant. They're just like, well, I'm
Exactly.
going through the motions. I know how to do
Exactly.
it. I know how to
Mm-hmm.
shut down my feelings. I know how to just be and
Mm-hmm.
whatever they tell me to do or what I'm supposed to do. And that
Mm.
creativity is just shut down. And that's where the energy is just like, oh.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we want what I call it, ignite the spark and
Yes.
bring your radiance. And that's why you can believe in the tools or not, but until you experience them and make the sense of your own, you cannot really judge them. So
Yes.
welcome to the world of metaphysics and quantum field.
And you said something before that I want, if anybody is interested in developing a relationship with tarot, one of the ways I did, you mentioned an evidence journal.
Mhm.
So what I would do if you're open to learning tarot is every day I would draw a card. What is the energy of my day? I'd write that down. Okay, 6 of Cups. Now,
Mhm.
what happens during the day? Because what you want to start to do is develop a relationship with the cards and understand its language. So it's just like a language, a second language that you're learning. If you can pull a card every day and then reflect on what happened during the day, you will understand how the cards are communicating certain things in your life. So of course you can, get a book on tarot, take a class, all that good stuff. But until you understand how the cards speak to you, you don't necessarily see the magic. So I'd love everybody who's interested at all to start an evidence journal with a daily card pull to understand how the tarot speaks to you if you're interested in learning the tool. But that is how I developed my relationship with it. So as a reader, I might see certain cards a little different than other readers because that card showed up for me in distinct ways in my life and likes to communicate certain things given my reality. So each tarot reader you go to will be a little different and unique because the cards are talking to me in only a way that they can uniquely connect to me and my life evidence. So I encourage everybody to develop a relationship with the cards if this feels like a tool that resonates with you.
Yes, I love that idea. So yes, homework is perfect. And any particular tarot card deck that you recommend?
I really like to start with Chris Ann Donnelly's The Lights Seers deck. It's available on Hay House. It's around $20. Beautiful, beautiful art. It is under the classic Rider Smith deck. And that is a little bit easier to understand for people new to the tarot. So I would start with The Light Seers by Chris Ann Donnelly.
Will it
Uh,
be possible for you to get the link?
yeah,
So
absolutely. I
okay,
will
so
share that
awesome.
link. Uh,
Okay.
and I encourage people to start there because you will be inspired by the art and the booklet she puts with the cards. She's a wonderful reader. She's a creative. She will connect to that creative spark within you. So just a beautiful deck to really become inspired by.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, that's a lot of great information, and we have some homework. And yes, if you have been scared of accessing your intuition, it's about time because there is a lot of wisdom there and intuition and your body. Like I always tell in pretty much in all my sessions, my clients just like memorize that body never lies.
Mhm.
So that would be my saying pretty much in every session. And more we start connecting with the body, more we start experiencing life in the present moment, because that's the only way. Our mind lives in the past and our mind lives in the future because that's what mind likes to do. It's its job, so to speak, to protect us and prevent us and all of that process. But the body is always in the present. And the
Mhm.
more we dropped into the body through the metaphysical tools, through just creating that connection, the rituals, through tuning in, more we experience being in the present moment. Because that's one of the requests that I get from my clients for working, 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 doing, doing, doing. And when I ask them, well, how do you want to feel? You want to feel more present.
Exactly.
And then when was
Exactly.
the last time you were in your body and listening and paying attention? I
Mhm.
don't remember. Well, no
Yeah.
wonder you're never present. That's why just like even having that ritual and the homework that we gave you, that's really beautiful. Just start like creating that ritual because rituals are beautiful. Like, yeah, I'm just in this ritual. I taking a moment to breathe. This is like slows me down. Now I'm thinking, I'm looking at the art, I'm connecting with the beauty, and there is already magic. And like imagine doing that every morning. You're
Mm.
already like in that sixth, quantum filled spirit. And then you're showing up for work and everybody's asking you, like, what happened? I just
Mhm.
consulted my cards.
I love it.
Right?
I love it. And
Okay.
and what I like to do when you have that daily card, just have a little place where you can see it all day. You can get that constant inspiration. And, a lot of people will have an altar where they have their favorite rocks and different things. So make it fun. Make it come alive for you the entire day.
Yes. And for logical people, again, it might be uncomfortable because fun is not the part of the deal. But that's again that transition, just staying with that uncomfortable because imagine when you get through and create that beautiful connection and also have so many metaphysical tools, again, the only thing you can receive is more magic and miracles.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, on this note, we can complete our episode. Again, be ready to connect with your magic and share with the world. We need your magic.